$15 billion. That's how much Canada's trade with Japan surged. A figure that doesn't just mark a milestone, it signals a transformation. This isn't just another trade statistic. It's a strategic shift that reveals how Canada is positioning itself inside Asia's most advanced economy. And it's happening while Washington quietly watches from the sidelines. Welcome to GeoCapitalist, where numbers reveal strategy. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe right now. Every week, we break down the global deals, markets, and supply chains that shape your future. And your support helps us stay sponsor-free, focused only on the facts. Japan isn't just any partner. It's the world's third-largest economy, a country investing billions into the clean energy transition and critical minerals supply chains. For Canada, securing $15 billion in trade with Tokyo means far more than exports. It means entry into Asia's economic core. Think about what's inside that number. Minerals, energy, agri-food, and technology. Sectors that don't just move goods, they move entire industries. When Canadian nickel, cobalt, and LNG reach Japanese ports, they do more than fuel factories. They anchor long-term alliances. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The United States remains Japan's traditional partner. But this surge shows that Ottawa is stepping into a role Washington once took for granted. The ripple effect isn't just economic, it's geopolitical. So how did Canada pull this off? And what does a $15 billion trade surge really mean for Asia's future? Let's break it down. To understand why this $15 billion surge matters, we need to look at what's actually flowing between Canada and Japan. On the surface, it looks like a trade balance sheet. But in reality, it's a window into how both economies are hedging against global uncertainty. For Canada, the breakout sectors are energy, minerals, and agri-food. Liquefied natural gas shipments, critical minerals like nickel and cobalt, and steady exports of wheat and pork are climbing. For Japan, these aren't just purchases, they're lifelines. Japan imports more than 90% of its energy and relies heavily on stable supply partners. Every Canadian shipment reduces Tokyo's vulnerability to bottlenecks in the South China Sea or overdependence on a single supplier like China. On the flip side, Canada imports Japanese machinery, cars, and technology. Think Toyota hybrids, Hitachi equipment, and advanced robotics. These aren't just consumer goods. They're inputs into Canada's own industrial modernization. That means this trade flow is two-way resilience. Each side getting what it needs most. Each side reinforcing the other's industrial base. This isn't a one-off spike. Ottawa and Tokyo have been deepening ties with formal frameworks. The Canada-Japan Economic Partnership Agreement under the CPTPP opened the door, and new memoranda of cooperation on critical minerals and batteries are locking in supply for the future. $15 billion is the headline today. But the real story is about predictability. Trade between Ottawa and Tokyo is becoming less about price and more about reliability. That's a value proposition money alone can't measure. And one reason this relationship is turning heads in Washington. Critical minerals are the backbone of the modern energy transition, and this is where the Canada-Japan story gets concrete. Nickel, cobalt, lithium, graphite, these are not abstract commodities. They are the essential building blocks for batteries, fuel cells, and the manufacturing lines that will power the next generation of transport and industry. Japan's automakers and tech firms need stable access to these resources. Canada has them. Recent official data